Christine, you know, for the first time since the NHL placed a pause on play, we heard from NHL Commissioner Gary Bettman. He spoke for about 15 minutes outlining what the league has agreed on, what is still being discussed, and all in all, a pretty good outcome, all things considered, for the Golden Knights and the city of Vegas.
For purposes of nomenclature, record keeping, and NHL awards, the 2019-20 regular season has been deemed to be completed.
And just like that, the Golden Knights awarded the Pacific Division Championship for the second time in their 3-year history. They weren't too upset about it on social media. NHL Commissioner Gary Bettman says there will be a 24-team tournament to decide the Stanley Cup champions. The Golden Knights, since they finished in the top 4 of percentage points in the conference, will play a round-robin format with St. Louis, Colorado, and Dallas to determine seeds 1 through 4 in the West. The remaining 8 teams in the conference will play a best-of-5 series to see who moves on. The same goes for the Eastern Conference. The first and second rounds could either be a best-of-5 or best-of-7 series. That's still been undetermined. But the conference final and Stanley Cup final will be a best-of-7. Bettman also announced that each conference will play their playoff games in one hub city. The league has identified 10 cities that could host, with Vegas being one of them.
There are no shortage of candidates that can help us do this. Again, the final determination will depend on COVID-19 conditions, testing availability, and government regulations.
Bettman later said a decision on which city will host the East and which city will host the West will happen within the next 3 to 4 weeks.
This plan will produce a worthy Stanley Cup champion who will have run the postseason gauntlet that is unique to the NHL.
Now, while Vegas was mentioned as one of those possible hub cities, Deputy Commissioner Bill Daley announced afterwards in talking with the media that the hope is that teams that are in the playoffs would not be playing in their own markets. That way, they're not perceived having any kind of slight advantage. So Vegas is very much in the running, but if the league had it their way, it would not.
Very interesting to see how that breaks down. But I guess if it's, want to be a host city or want to make a run for the Stanley Cup, I think Golden Knights fans would choose the latter, huh?
Yeah, Christine, and a lot's obviously going to depend on the different states, which are going to be allowed to be a hub city. While a lot of the cities have applied, a city like the city of Las Vegas did not apply. They are an obvious choice with the hotels, the location, and the arena. But there's cities like Edmonton that are applying to become that, but the Edmonton Oilers, also a playoff team, might not have that chance.
Well, I got to say, Vince, for not covering the Vegas Golden Knights in detail, except for the VGK Vault, you didn't miss a beat. Welcome back to Golden Knights coverage.
Feels like home.
Thank you, Vince.